So good morning, my name's Erwin, and this is the first video that I'm putting out there on the internet, but hopefully it's going to be an ongoing series of videos which I'll be doing, and it's dealing with ethereology and the aspect of that, which I'll explain all that more as I go, but the aspect of what we're doing is work I've been doing for about 25 years, and it's the discovery of well, I call them wilderness folk, but it's really just, you know, folk that can be found in places like woodlands and moorlands and locations over the United Kingdom. The reason we're here in this woodland today is to find this, hopefully this species here. I've just done an illustration of it. Right, hopefully that'll be picked up on there. Now that's a pixie-like creature called, well, the tribe's called the Morsu tribe. That's a name I've attributed to them. They're a bit taller than that. They're about 10 inches high, and they've got greyish skin. Yeah, so that's why we're here in this woodland. So I'll keep doing little videos as we travel around all day, and then further on into the week. Just note of warning that I'm just trying to do all this on my own. And this equipment's quite new to me, so apologies if it's not the best quality. Hopefully we'll get better as we go along. I am being assisted by advice from somebody who I've known for a few years, but he, as I say, he's not here with me. So yes, that's it really. So let's go down to the woods further. So the last time I visited these woods, this cave area here was used by them. I think temporarily. They tend to do some adornments around the edge of their dwellings if it's a permanent one, and this doesn't go in very far, so it's probably just used as a shelter, but I saw a few in here before. I'm just at the moment just looking for any sort of detritus, anything that they've left around, but there doesn't seem to be anything here. But there's a trail going along here, again not very fresh, so I'm imagining that this isn't currently in usage, but nonetheless it's always worth checking places where you know that they've been in the past. Now this is very interesting. I've just found this by the base of down by this tree, by this cave here. Now this is called well, what I call it a hooker stick. It's broken. It's meant to be about this long usually, so maybe that's the reason why they discarded it. Or they're normally more resourceful than that, and you'd see it repaired. I'll bring it closer to camera so that we can you can have a better look. I'll have to focus it in because it's, oh dear, it's, just bear with me while I focus the camera in. Hold this up. Oh, so that's the end of it, and it's just get it a bit more in. I'm going the wrong way of the focus now. And they use that for hooking you know, berries or mushrooms or things that are too high up for them to reach. They'll hook it with that, and so that's. Let me just see if I can just get in front of the camera again. I'll just focus it where I'm going to be, and then so imagine I'm very small, you know, and I'm this high, and there's a berry up there, and this would obviously be much longer than that, this sort of height. You know, they can't reach it, so they'll use this stick to pull off berries and things that are out of their reach, and that's the usage of this. But they very rarely leave these lying around. Well, I mean I've never seen them leave these lying around, so I'd imagine it must have snapped, and they couldn't find it, and doesn't look like it's been handled for a while. The wood started to deteriorate over time, so probably happened, you know, quite a while ago. This is where I'm going to be for the next couple of hours or so. If I don't get any signs or any noises or anything, then I'll move on, but otherwise I'll stay here. There's a relatively comfortable seating bit just next to the rock here, and the good thing about this spot is that I can see all around, and up there it's not open, but it's not too thickly wooded, but there's plenty of places for them to see me whilst hiding in the crevices of the rocks, and they don't want to approach across a wide open plain, because obviously I'll be able to see them as well as they can see me. Just had a little look around. This is just actually a couple of meters away from where I'm sitting on the other side of the tree, and I just noticed these little mushrooms, which are rather pretty. But the unfortunate thing is, if they were in this area, they would have taken these, because these are a delicacy for them, and the fact that they haven't already taken them means either they're waiting for them to grow, but in more likelihood they're just simply not around. But it does give me an opportunity to just got this out and just show you what you can do with it. So you can grab the thing. I mean, these mushrooms are quite small, so they're hard to grab, but you can imagine if they're larger, you know, this would be quite effective at no, they do need to be larger. You need to really be able to hook them all the way around, but you know, you can imagine that's an effective tool. A larger mushroom, they eat these mushrooms, but they also make them into little they make all sorts of ointments and medicines out of you know, herbs and fungi and things that they find. And also this, I don't know if you can see it from there, that's birds' droppings. I've seen them collect that as well. Quite common for them to collect bird feces. So I've been here for about an hour or so waiting, but as I said, because of the mushrooms, I'm not sure that they're likely to turn up here. I might just, I was going to say I'm going to go, but I might just leave it half an hour, because also the other reason is I don't know where my hat's gone. It's rather unfortunate having a camouflage hat when you lose it in the woods. It makes it very difficult to find. The reason I wear camouflage is not because I don't want them to see me. It's because those colours tend to keep them calm. I'm wearing generally earthy colours, and that's just, you know, if I was wearing bright blue or something like that, there is nothing bright blue in their world apart from the sky, and in their minds I'd probably represent, I don't know, some sort of sky god or something, and that wouldn't be beneficial. So yes, I'll carry on looking for the hat. So the good news is that I found my hat. That's good. But unfortunately I had to walk back about half a mile back to where we were doing another video, and so consequently I'm quite hot and slightly irritable. So I'm going to wait here for a little bit and cool down before I start going to the next place. Carrying around all this video equipment and everything is making things quite a lot slower than usual. So I'm not quite as hopeful that we'll get a sighting today, because I've been doing a lot of stomping around, as I said, is not the best idea. But we'll see how it goes. So I've been here for about half an hour now, 40 minutes maybe, and I've decided that I'll just stay here for the rest of the day and keep my eye on the surroundings. I also noticed that this is a spot where I came probably about 10 years ago when I visited here with Tom, who's the chap who's helping me upload all of this and giving me advice on how to use the cameras and things. It was a lot easier actually having somebody else doing all the camera work rather than trying to do everything yourself. So that's a lesson to be learned, but probably too late. So this will be the last video today. It's been about 5 hours since the one that I did last time, and it's obviously it's got far too dark to film. I don't know if you can even see me there. I'll just get a bit closer into the light. It's very, very dark in there. I haven't heard anything, I haven't seen anything today, so but not to worry. That sometimes happens on day one. I have a night vision camera actually that I may put somewhere just in in a sort of random place, and hopefully that might show something. But otherwise we'll come back tomorrow and see if we can have any better luck.